Look at this $5 million machine. It has a W16 engine capable of tearing through the wind at 250 miles per hour. But it has never been driven. And if the owner gets their way, it never will be. Today I'm exposing a loophole so massive, it's completely reshaping the global automotive industry. I'm talking about how the ultra rich use supercars, not for speed, not for collection, but to make illegal money completely disappear. This is the dark economy of hypercars. And the craziest part about this multi-billion-dollar shadow market, it's completely legal. Well, almost. To understand how this works, you have to stop looking at these vehicles as cars. A car depreciates the moment you drive it off the lot. But a limited edition Ferrari Pagani Zonda, those aren't cars. They are highly liquid assets. Think about the sheer logistics of unrecorded wealth. Let's say you are an oligarch, a cartel boss, or just a billionaire trying to hide wealth from a messy divorce. A bank account can be frozen by the government with a single phone call. Real estate takes months to sell and leaves a massive paper trail. Crypto is volatile, and gold is incredibly heavy and difficult to transport across borders unnoticed. And trying to hide $10 million in cash under your mattress, you need a very, very tall bed. But a hypercar, it is a masterpiece of concentrated value. It can be loaded onto a private cargo plane in the middle of the night and shipped to a tax-free vault in Geneva or Dubai before the IRS even wakes up. It is the ultimate ghost bank account on wheels. But there is one massive risk to this entire operation. The tires must never ever touch the asphalt. So how exactly do you launder money through a piece of metal? Let me walk you through the playbook. Step 1. You set up a shell company in a tax haven. Let's say the Cayman Islands. Step 2. You use your dirty money to buy a rare multi-million-dollar car through a private anonymous auction. No names are recorded. No faces are shown. Just a paddle going up in a room full of suits. There are massive, highly classified facilities hidden near international airports. Places like the Geneva Freeport or secret vaults in Singapore. Inside, billions of dollars of art, gold, and cars sit in absolute silence, completely outside the jurisdiction of normal tax laws. Your car goes straight into one of these climate-controlled warehouses. It sits there in the dark for 2 to 3 years. Step 3. This is where the magic happens. You put the car back up for auction, but this time you have your other shell company aggressively bid on it. You buy your own car. You drive the price from $5 million up to $8 million. You pay the auction house their fee, and boom, you just generated $3 million of completely clean, justified, taxable income. Quick question for you. If you had $10 million of quote-unquote dirty money, would you buy an anonymous Picasso painting or a Ferrari F40? Let me know in the comments right now. It's basically Pokemon cards for billionaires, just with more V12 engines and a lot more tax evasion. The art world has been doing this for decades, but art is fragile. Cars are built like tanks, except Interpol and international tax authorities are finally catching on to the game. But putting the money aside for a second, there is a tragic side to all of this. The brilliant engineers at Bugatti Koenigsegg and Aston Martin spend millions of hours perfecting aerodynamic curves in engine blocks. They build these machines to scream on a track, to be driven, to be experienced. Instead, their life's work is locked inside temperature-controlled prisons. Imagine being born a cheetah, the fastest animal on earth. But your owner puts you in a glass box because your fur goes up in value every year. We are losing the soul of the automotive world to greedy spreadsheets. These aren't cars anymore. They are hostages of the financial elite. But what happens when a hostage is stolen from the vault? Think about it. If you steal a Honda Civic, the police will look for it. But if you steal a $10 million McLaren F1 that was bought with cartel money and stored under a fake corporate name, who is the owner going to call? The cops? Absolutely not. Have you ever seen a hypercar in your city driving with no license plates late at night? Yeah, now you know why. This isn't just joyriding. We are looking at highly organized, tech-savvy, underground syndicates. When they hit a Freeport or a private vault, it is surgical. They hack the security grid, override the biometric locks, and drive the car right out the front door. They don't leave fingerprints. They leave an empty space where a $10 million asset used to be. But what do they do with a car that is too famous to sell? Every collector in the world knows where these cars are supposed to be. If you try to sell a stolen Bugatti, you will be caught in 5 minutes. So the syndicates do something much smarter and much darker. Welcome to the VIN Swap. Every car has a vehicle identification number, or VIN. The syndicates use advanced lasers to alter the VIN of the stolen supercar to match a legitimate, legally registered car that was entirely destroyed in a crash. They clone the car's identity. But here is the ultimate twist. In many cases, these underground syndicates aren't stealing the cars to sell them or clone them at all. They are stealing them to extort the original billionaire. It is a financial hostage situation. They send an encrypted message to the shell company. We have your vault on wheels. Pay us or we tip off the IRS and Interpol about your entire money laundering network. The billionaire is trapped. They are forced to pay a massive ransom, sometimes up to $20 million, completely in untraceable crypto. And they pay it for a car that, legally speaking, does not even exist. As crazy as this shadow economy sounds, the walls are finally closing in. Governments across the European Union and the US Treasury are waking up. The EU recently passed strict anti-money laundering directives that specifically target high-end auction houses and luxury goods dealers, forcing them to run intensive background checks. For the first time ever, you can't just hide behind a shell company. You have to reveal the, quote, ultimate beneficial owner, unquote, of the vehicle. The era of the anonymous auction paddle is slowly dying. Looks like billionaires will have to go back to laundering their money through modern art. Honestly, a banana taped to a wall is much easier to hide from the tax man anyway. But make no mistake, the game isn't over. They are just changing the board. So what did we actually learn today? You now understand the hidden financial system of the 1%. You've seen how physical objects are manipulated into liquid assets, and how loopholes in international law create economies that operate completely in the dark. The next time you see a headline about a multi-million-dollar classic car breaking auction records, you'll know the truth. You aren't watching a passionate car enthusiast buy a childhood dream. You are watching a high-stakes underground transaction happening right in plain sight. Let's recap. Number 1, cash becomes carbon fiber. Number 2, auctions act as global laundromats. And number 3, supercars become ghost banks. I want to hear from you. Do you think the government should completely ban anonymous car auctions? Or is it impossible to stop the ultra rich? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. I'll read all of them. If you want to keep exposing the secrets of the global elite, hit that subscribe button and like this video to beat the algorithm with me. Next time, we are leaving the land. I will expose how super yachts are being used as floating nations to bypass international sanctions. And trust me, the amount of money involved makes these supercars look like pocket change. I'll see you in the next one.